Hi, everyone. Welcome back. I hope you had a great day today. Today, one of the things we're going to get curious about is this news overload. How do you stay informed without losing your mind? It just seems like you ever feel that news is all over the place? I mean, one headline says the world is ending, the next says it's all fine. I mean, it's no wonder we're exhausted. Today we're going to dig into the news overload and how to stay informed without losing sleep or your sense of humor. We have to keep ourselves balanced. So, why does news overload happen? First of all, it's a negative bias. Our brains cling to bad news. I, I, I'm not sure why. I mean, I think every single one of us is guilty of it at some time or another in our lives. But right now, it is in out there in tremendous force. So it's overload. It's just constant negative overload. And when you're feeling negative and hearing negative things all the time, it's tough to get out of that. I went on Psychology Today's website and I got this article. I found this article and I will link that description in or in the description for you if you want to read the entire article. It's not very long, but it is very good. It really kind of explains everything that's going on out there. But I did take a couple paragraphs, so I'm going to read those to you. It's called The Media's Amplification of Adversity. Modern media ecosystems operate within an attention economy, like attention, pay attention, within an attention economy where the monetization of engagement necessitates sensationalism. Negative news garners higher engagement metrics, click through rates, time spent per article, and social media shares than positive reporting. This creates a loop of feedback wherein media outlets prioritize content designed to elicit fear, outrage, or distress. And they do this why? I mean, this is where social media really, really jumps in on it because the more you engage in the negative things they say, the more monetized they are. Um, and so they're going to keep continuing to give that to you if that's what they see that you want. I mean, you're asking by clicking on there, you're asking them to continue to give me some more stuff to elicit fear, outrage, or distress. Give me something else to feel angry and anxious and hopeless about. Additionally, there's another term called Schadenfreude, and I don't know if I said that correctly, so forgive me if I'm wrong, but it's the psychology tendency to derive satisfaction from others' misfortunes. And of course, we've seen a lot of that happening lately. This becomes a coping mechanism for individuals overwhelmed by their anxieties. This further degrades social cohesion as empathy is replaced by voyeuristic detachment. And we again have just seen this. The net result is a society paralyzed by fear, unable to mobilize towards construction solutions due to collective fatigue and disillusionment. So, this stuff that we're watching on all the different social media things, if you're clicking on any of those clickbaits or the click for negative things, stop doing this, don't do this, whatever, it's fear based. You're afraid of what they're going to tell you and what's next. And it does cause, especially some of the younger people, anxiety because They don't know who to trust anymore. Who knows who to trust? So and then on top of it, it's 24/7. It's constant updates and they make it feel urgent. I mean, they're good at that. And that's why they get all the hits and the views because they make it feel urgent. They want you to watch it and then you watch it. And if you don't, you have this FOMO, this fear of missing out. I mean, we just worry we're going to miss something important. And maybe you might for 5 or 10 minutes, but guess what? It's still going to be there when you do look, or somebody texts you and say, "Hey, did you happen to see this?" You can say, "Oh no, but I'll go look now." You don't have to keep looking for stuff. Dopamine hits. That's what happens to your body. Scrolling news feeds can feel addictive. They can just feel addictive. So you're constantly needing to scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll. Now, if you're combining some of these negative with a lot of positive and more so positive, you can keep yourself somewhat balanced. But how do you know if you have news overload? If you have trouble sleeping after late night news binges, you have news overload. If you're feeling anxious, angry, or hopeless, you have news overload. If you're checking multiple sources but feeling less informed, you have news overload. If you're avoiding news entirely because it feels overwhelming, you have news overload. But that's probably the best thing to do is just to avoid it for a while. Just stay away from it till you can get yourself centered again. So let's look at how we can manage some of that. Let's set some time limits. Check your news twice a day, not all day. You don't need to check it all day. Choose 1 to 2 trusted sources instead of 10. You don't need that many people. Find some that you really like. I have 2 or 3 that I watch on YouTube that I love the way they present things. I love their unbiased nature of the way they talk. I like the way they look for good. It's not just a complete negative news session, but you have to find them. And if you can't find them and you want to look on your phone or on computer, look at things that end with .org or .edu or AARP or Psychology Today. Look for sources that you can actually trust that aren't, especially right now in that political world, something that's different, but it's not just politics that are on there negative all the time. So find things that will uplift you a little bit more or that you trust. Balance it with positive stories or uplifting activities. I mean, leave, go take a drive, go get an ice cream cone, go to the park, sit on a swing and swing. And I mean, do something that makes you feel good. If you like to cook, go bake some cookies, or bake. And if you like to clean, start cleaning. I mean, do something that uplifts you, that makes you feel better. Go to the gym. That'll do it for you. And use news-free zones like no news at bedtime because you don't want to go to sleep having heard hours of all this negativity. So don't do that. But let me know, how many times do you check the news, or what is your trick to avoid doom scrolling? These negatives. Do you have a trick? Could you share it so that maybe it's something I can get out there, because I just wish people would stop looking at all that negativity all the time. Find something good to watch on there. There's a lot of good YouTubers out there that are doing other type of things. Go sit and watch them. News is meant to inform us. It's not meant to drain us. And with a few boundaries, you can stay in the know and you can keep your sanity. If this helped you at all feel just even a little bit lighter on what you can do to get over this news overload, hit subscribe and like, and we can stay curious without all the overwhelm. So until the next one, bye.